Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming. Grab yourself a cuppa as we jump into Watch Her Realms. We're going to have a look at Falcia. She's just had a buff, so this is a Forerunner server, okay? She hasn't gone on to Global yet, so depending on when you're watching this, she may not have had this buff yet, but she will be coming to Global, I would imagine, shortly. So these are the changes. Now, there's a couple of things that weren't in the patch notes that she's had changed that's worth noting. So firstly, when you go and look at her skills, she's actually had a range increase by 1 tile as well. So wasn't in the patch notes, but is nice to know that she actually can reach over now and adds that additional tile range. Okay, so that wasn't in the patch notes. That's the first thing we're going to cover. The second thing is the damage. So this is from yesterday and today, sort of. This was the gear I had on her. It's not particularly good gear, but it would do for testing. So I can test her in this, I can test her in Soulbound Arcana and run around and chop and change and do a couple of things to find out what was going on with her. So that's the reason. Now, on the screen on the right hand side is what she was doing yesterday. You'll see she goes straight into demon stance, that's pre-buff, and today is on the left hand side is what she's doing today. Right, so on the left hand side we can see she hits for 5,726. Now on the right hand side, this is what she was doing yesterday. She's hitting there for 5,679. So there is a slight discrepancy in her damage. Exactly the same gear, same mob, same everything she's using, but there is a slight discrepancy in how much damage she's doing. It's been upped by, I think it's a little under 1%. It's not a great deal, but everything runs from it. So just be aware, it wasn't in the patch notes, but it appears that some damage modifier has been changed for her. Just going to chuck her in here and we'll go through her skills and we'll be able to know what's going on, what's happening, that sort of good stuff. We'll just go through each of her skills as she actually does them so you can see what's going on with her. Right, now let's place her down. The first thing that she does is she's got a single target attack. She deals 95% physical, 95% magic damage when it's fully built up to 1 enemy. It's nice that it says 1 enemy. This is, so it is single target. You know, single target, it says 1 in there. Okay, absolutely brilliant. And then we can see her actually doing it. Now, the other thing she does is she's got a talent. So whilst we watch her run through, after performing basic attack 6 times, gains demon stance. That lasts for 12 seconds. Additionally, gains specialized attack speed. Now, a couple of things about this. She attacks 6 times. So the faster you can get those 6 attacks done, you'll then spend longer in demon stance, and demon stance is much better for you. Okay, so you want her in demon stance for as long as possible. So there's a demon stance, increases attack by 25%. Basic attack will do an extra 200% true damage 1 time, but that's each basic attack. So you'll see the 2 attacks, then you'll see the true damage command. Shadow Slash will deal 300% true damage 5 extra times. Now that's her ultimate Shadow Slash, okay? So we'll come on to that later on. So there she is, she's attacking away. And now if we watch her closely, we'll see her do her change. Here she goes, she's done her attacks. There she is. She changes her form into demon stance. You can see the red swirly mist going around her. And she's putting a shield on herself and all sorts of crazy stuff. So when she transfers over to the demon stance effect, each basic attack grants a shield equal to 15% of the hero's attack for 7 seconds, stacking up to 80% attack. Right, let's see if we can get this right. There we go, you can just see she adds 1,200 a shield on, it says plus 1,200, so that's the shield going on there. You can actually see it going on, that's quite nice. And then the other part is, her other passive is attacks deal extra damage equal to 20% of the hero's shield strength. So the stronger or the bigger the shield, the harder she's going to hit. She's going to get more damage out from that. So that's her other passive as well. Okay, so absolutely fantastic. So that's her basic abilities done. Now, we watch her crack on and she's doing her basic hits, a couple more, and then we'll see her do a change. There she goes. She's now changed into demon stance for us. And that's a rotation. That's pretty much what she does. She does these 6 attacks and then spends 12 seconds in demon stance, 6 attacks, back into demon stance. Okay, demon stance gives you the shield, you do extra damage with the shield, and you do extra damage because you're in demon stance as well. So boom, demon stance, way to go. That's what we want her in for as long as possible. Now the ultimate, if we flash up the ultimate here, Shadow Slash deals 200% physical damage 5 times and 200 magical damage 5 times up to one enemy. If after the enemy dies, it continues attacking other enemies. Okay, so even if the enemy dies while she's in doing her ultimate, she will go on and attack the next target if there's one available. So let's chuck her in there. So there she goes. There she's doing her ultimate absolutely fine, brilliant. She does the 5 attacks of damage, fantastic, sorted. But now let's go back in there. Now remember, when she's in demon stance, she's going to do true damage as well. So this time we'll work her through. Here she is, and a couple more attacks. We'll watch her go into demon stance. There she is, demon stance. We can trigger off her ultimate, and now we can get to see she does the additional damage as well, because she's doing more damage because she's got a shield on. And then if we slow this down, we can then see she's doing that true damage coming through there. Okay, there we are, absolutely fantastic. That's pretty much a kit and how it works. Now, quick thing I want to check on was obviously do the Volca check, see if she's better off in Infernal Raw or if she's more Soulbound Arcana set. So we chuck a Volca down, we stick her out of the way. She's going to allow us to see the healing, that from her basic attack. So we'll see what's called a basic attack. So basic attack, she heals from, absolutely fantastic. When she goes into demon stance in a minute, we will see, here we go, last couple of attacks, there she is, she's changed forms, and she's healing there. Now, if we look carefully, she has 2 lots of healing there. She's done her 2 attacks, physical and magic damage, 2 lots of healing. Brilliant. She then does her true damage, and she gets a heal off that as well. So the true damage is incorporated with her basic attack as well. There we go. Brilliant news for her. The only thing is, when you put her into her ultimate does not stack or is incorporated with her basic attack. Her ultimate is a separate attack entirely. Now, I've done some testing with her. I put her around and I seem to do better. Not by much, but I had a little bit of an improvement realistically with Infernal Raw over Soulbound Arcana. Now, the reasoning for that, I believe, is the same reason as Silas needs to be in IR. It's the true damage part of this is calculated before the defense part is calculated, and then you get, I believe, the calculation for damage, which is what your Soulbound Arcana is attached to. So all the true damage she's doing is being affected by the basic attack, and that attack damage, and that's being done with the true damage. So her true damage is more than before the Soulbound Arcana, which comes later in the damage calculation, if this is right. But feel free to go and watch that if you're confused by that. It wasn't particularly in the description. The link will be in the description below, so go and watch that, and that will sort of show you why Infernal Raw, or why I believe Infernal Raw does better in some cases. Right, where are people going to use her? Obviously people are going to use her in Abyss 1, because she does both types of damage, and you need to do both types of damage on the boss. So we're just chucking a quick team together so we can see those both types of damage for her. We can chuck her in without any issues whatsoever, because she does these both types of damage, and she gives herself a shield as well, which is quite nice. She's got that bit of sustain as well. Now there we go, we put her down, we're chucking our healers, and everything is good. Now, some of the bonuses that we've got. Now we can see there 10 points of damage, that's her magical damage going on. So remember, if you do the wrong type of damage, it only does 10 damage no matter what. So she does 10 damage, does a normal damage or physical damage, which the boss takes this time, and she does the magical damage, which he only takes 10 from. But next time round she will do the magic damage, and you'll see the 10 come up from her physical damage as well. That's how she's actually working. So we get the boss to transfer over. He'll come up here and do his abilities, and then do his shield, knock the shield down, and here we go. It should be the shield up now. There we go. Dragon's Bulwark, trigger off some ultimates, smash the shield down, and there we go. That would be the dragon transforming over. We can still see everyone's doing physical damage to him, and he's taking that. That's quite good. And then getting down in time. Yeah, there we go. Right, he's down in time. He goes into his state where we can do a bit more damage to him. We can keep that up. Absolutely great. We're still doing the 10 damage. You can just see it cropping up occasionally. But then when he transfers over now, everyone else there is doing physical damage. But we'll be able to see now that physical damage there, we'll see a lot more 10s going up, and just the odd purple bit for the magic damage. Okay, you'll also see a couple of clear numbers come up that are much bigger. But there's a 31k there. That's the true damage she's doing as well. So we're getting the 30k from her damage, magic damage. We're getting the 10 from her physical damage, and we're also getting another 30k ish from her true damage as well. Okay, so that's how she works out on the Abyss. So she works out quite well. Quite nice to have her there. Now the other place I've been using her, or I wanted to use her, is here. I thought as she's doing, it's sort of. So I'll show you where I'm putting her in. This is my normal team that I sort of run, with the exception of the left-hand side. So I'm going to put her on the left-hand side, just above my head up here. That's where she's going to sit. Now, the thought process is that she will do either physical or magical damage, and then they will heal for that same amount. But can she do enough true damage to kill the clone coming down anyway? That's realistically what I'm after. Okay, so the tank goes down, and then we'll get a few more coins coming up, and then we'll put her down, and she'll be ready for the first mob coming down, and we'll show you sort of what happens. So that's that's the plan. Now this is stage 10. Pods off, as you can see. There's no pod on there. Now there she goes. She's down on there as well. So we just wait for the mob to come round. Here's the first mob that comes round for us. Any second now. Come on. And then we'll watch her. We'll zoom in and we'll watch her do her damage on that. I might have to get myself out of the way, but we'll see how that works. We'll just zoom in on it. There's a tank going up, and then I use Xena behind him I quite like Xena to come up, so we'll put her in. But now, right, let's go and have a look at this. This is what the bit we're after. So zoom in here. As you can see, we're sort of healing for the same amounts of damage we do, but then when we trigger our true damage, there we go, we're starting to take damage. Now it's not fantastic, but it is sort of workable, which means, remember, I've got a spare spot in the team. I've left one of the gaps available, so there is still someone to go available in the team. So that's her first ultimate out of the way, and we've got about halfway through, so we've got her next ultimate coming up, just to make sure she's sort of in the demon stance there, and then we can trigger her ultimate, and then we get all that true damage as well. So, and that's the true damage there that's killing her off. The physical attack she's done gets healed by the magic attack, and there you go, that's the clone dead. And I don't have to swap her over for the next clone coming down. So that's good news. The rest of the team is much the same. I've got Hattie on the top right, I've got my tank on below, so everything else is pretty much the same. But this left hand lane is running quite smoothly. Could I put it somewhere else? Arguably, yeah, I suppose I could put her another place. I think she'd work well here. The only issue I have on this one is it's quite close first time round, and this time round she's taking damage from the tank, which she's healing from. So you'll notice this time round it's a fail. So I might need to put someone in there just to help out, do the extra little bit of damage. It really is quite close, or maybe I could gear her up a little bit better. My gear isn't fantastic. So there we go, she's healing up, and there we go, there's the damage there, there's the bloodbath there, and she gets wiped out there because we didn't kill her within, I think it's 60 seconds, isn't it, something like that. So it is close, and I think quite doable if you're prepared for everything. So haven't quite figured it out yet, but I think she's going to be all right there. I think we can use her there, which is good news. So lastly, the other thing we've checked is increases single target damage by 20%. So I haven't got this leveled up. I could get this leveled up a bit more. Extends the duration of a demon stance by 2 seconds. When Shadow Slash is activated, enters demon stance immediately. Okay, so whenever you trigger her ultimate, she's going to go into demon stance, which is good because it's quite tricky to tell when she's in it, when she's not. So if you're not using this, you'd have to make sure that she is in demon stance to get that true damage. Okay. If you are using her exclusive, fire her off, she'll go into demon stance, that's fantastic, and then you get that true damage coming through as well. Okay, so that is nice to know. All her attacks, at a quick check, are single target, so you get the bonus here. I'm thinking I might upgrade it. Gear wise, this is what I've gone for. So my gear's not good. I'm looking forward to the Tireless Raider event, so we'll be doing a lot of runs on that. We've gone for attack speed here as well, because I do want attack speed. I want her to attack very quickly. I want her to get those 6 attacks out of the way so she's back into the demon stance. Demon stance lasts for 12 seconds. That's it. Boom, 12 seconds. That's how long it lasts for. It's just how quickly you can get those 6 attacks in, get back to doing demon stance. So there you go. So I've gone for, I've got some crit rate and attack bonus. So yeah, usual stuff. And then again here, I've got a bit of attack speed. It's not fantastic. But no flat attack, so I could be getting flat attack as well. Bear in mind, everything she does is from attack, so her attack gets boosted. So the more attack you put on her, the better off you're going to be, which is why we've gone for a Warlord set, giving 25% attack and the extra 30% speed. Up here, I've gone for attack bonus, and then I've gone crit rate, and I've gone attack speed, and it's got some flat attack on there as well, which is what I'm after. I could have done with another expensive stat there. I've gone for attack speed on this. I don't know if it's the right way around to do it. It's just what I've gone with at the moment. Again, crit rate. I was going to go crit damage. I haven't got anything with flat attack on there either. So, and then here it's attack percentage, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and then healing effect, which is obviously that rolled really well because you wouldn't want one of the others rolling better for you. But there you go. So that's, my gear isn't fantastic. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. I haven't checked if I could remove this for attack percentage, and then would there be much difference with more attack and less attack speed? Don't know, but bear that in mind. Okay, so remember that basic attack grants a shield equals to 15% of the hero's attack, so you want attack for that to give you a better shield, and the bigger the shield, the more damage you'll get from it. Okay, and then remember your demon slaying stance increases attack by 25%. Okay, basic attack will do 20% true damage, so it's all very much basic. It's attack orientated, so I've piled more for attack than I have for crit damage. Okay, but my gear's not fantastic. You may well have better gear on there. You may not have gear as good as that, but that's my sort of rough go for what sort of gear you want fitted for her. Okay, so I think she'll do well in Abyss, yes, because she's got that both types of attacks. So I think she'll be usable there. I'm more excited about using her in Gear Dungeon 2 actually, on that left hand side. I think if we can tweak that to get that working, that'd be fantastic. That'd be a nice little change. Okay, right, there you go. Any questions, feel free to drop in the comments below. Thank you very much for your time. If you give the old thumbs up, like and subscribe on your way out the door. If you got this far, I thoroughly deserve it. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you in a video again tomorrow because we've got some summoning to do. Cheers, goodbye.